When it comes to managing an investment property, whether it's you yourself that's doing it or hiring out a letting agent to do it for you, the most important thing is getting the right type of tenant in that property. Because trust me when I say this, the most beautiful, the most elegant of property investments can quickly turn into the worst place to own, both physically and financially, if you have the wrong type of tenant in there. Especially if those tenants don't pay the bills on time, they don't look after the property, and they're difficult to deal with. We could really be in some issues here, people. And so this is why I'm bringing this video out to you guys, because a big part of ensuring that your property investment is a success is by making sure you make the right choice as to who's going to manage that property for you. Before I go about how you guys should tackle this issue, do your favorite YouTuber a favor, and that's to smash the like button, share this video too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. As I mentioned before, ensuring that the right person is managing your property for you can really be the difference to determine whether your property investment is in the green or red. And a big portion to help you decide that comes down to you being honest with yourself, because really there are 4 questions that you need to ask yourself, guys. And so the first question you should be asking yourself about this property is, do you have the time to manage it? So many of us think that we have time on our hands and probably think, oh, we'll wing it and we'll make some time for it. You guys know what I'm talking about. When in actuality, you really need to be honest with yourself. After you've looked after the kids, after finishing work, your 9 to 5, and maybe even looking at other potential investments, guys, are you really going to have the time and patience to look at managing that property? Because trust me when I say this, managing a property can be a full-time job. Maybe you might have to, settle some disputes between tenants. Maybe you might have to let some tenants in after they've forgotten their keys. And you're definitely going to have to do some good references and credit checks to ensure that payments isn't an issue later on. There's so many things that can go wrong, which is all the more reason why it's going to require your undivided attention to ensure it doesn't go that way. And my second point is actually related to my first one. Why? Because time is money, and therefore money is time, guys. Do you have enough? Are you making enough in that investment property to cover the fees associated with, hiring out a property management company? With a lot of property management companies charging you 10% of the total rent in order to manage your property, is your property investment able to cover those fees? And by that, I mean comfortably too. Because let's say your investment property rents out for roughly £1,500 a month. You're going to have to fork out £150 each and every month to that property management company. Can you do that comfortably after taking into account all of your bills? If you're not left with a decent profit, then maybe managing the property yourself might be a better option. And also consider these numbers when you're not at your maximum capacity, i.e. when the property is partially occupied. So in that £1,500 per month rental property example, let's say it was a 4-bed HMO, what would happen if there were only 2 beds that were occupied, guys? Yes, you can say it's 10% of the new rental income that you pay to the property management company, but unfortunately, this fee becomes a lot more important. Can you still cover this bill as comfortable as before? Truth is, probably not, people. Another question you need to really be honest with yourself about is, will the distance between where this property is located and where you are be too much of an obstacle for you to overcome? Notice how I haven't talked specifically about the distance. I'm mainly focusing on whether it's an obstacle for you specifically. Why? Because to some people 100 miles might not seem that much of an effort, and to others 10 miles might seem too far for them to travel. And so I want you to think about whether you're willing to make an effort or not for that property, and where do you draw the line in the sand in terms of distance? Regardless of which route you choose to take, what you're definitely going to need is a pair of eyes and ears to monitor that property. Whether it's you directly, a property management company, or if you're really lucky, a nosy neighbour. Either way you look at it, someone's got to be there to frequently monitor that property on your behalf. And my last question, my 4th one, that you need to truthfully answer yourself is, do you have the resources to upkeep and maintain that property? And if not, how easy is it for you to obtain them? Even though this is my last point to make, is by no means less important than the rest. Because one thing that is guaranteed to happen to your property is things are going to go wrong. Just to name a few of a very, very exhaustive list. Tenants can break things, guys. Emergencies can happen that require you to fix that problem then and there. And things can just pop out of nowhere, like an underwater pipe burst. And you need to fix that ASAP. That's why it's so important you have the right resources around your property. Notice I'm not saying around you, around where that property is specifically located. Very important. All in all, these are my 4 questions that you should be answering to yourself honestly. And depending on what your answer is, should help you determine which route is best to take. If you guys feel like I have forgotten any questions, let me know down in the comment box below what questions you would have added to. And when you do go down there, make sure to hit the like button, share this video too, and subscribe with your family and friends. It's your favourite YouTuber, DSLM Finance, sharing my thoughts and my experiences with you guys every Sunday at 3 PM. Have a great day, people. Bye.
Whoa.